Welcome, dear friends. Here we are. Another day, another lovely opportunity to learn with Emmanuel. Today's message is from the book Words of Life Eternal, or Words of Eternal Life, by the Spirit Emmanuel through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. This message starts with a Bible quote from the letter to the Romans, chapter 12, verse 21. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. That was said by Paul the Apostle. So today we're going to talk about how we overcome evil inside of ourselves so that evil cannot be a force outside of us in our societies. And Emmanuel says to us, many people, we're not openly inclined towards revenge in the face of wrongdoing. Display indirect forms of hostility, such as delayed favors, the bitterness of criticism mixed with the sweetness of praise, deliberate forgetfulness when the merit deserves acknowledgement, or diminished enthusiasm when serving someone else less likable. Yet, to overcome evil, this quote, have kindness, unquote, characteristic of those who offer polite excuses without inner sincerity is not enough. All of our attitudes that contain even a small percentage of evil are always seeds of evil, generating disappointment and failure against ourselves. Let's pause here, that's half of the message. It says, even when we don't openly are displaying or inclined to revenge when we face wrongdoings, we still display indirect forms of hostilities, right? So when delay doing something for someone, when we have mixed criticism with praise, we want to praise but we're sarcastic, forgetfulness when you need to acknowledge something is happening or something needs to be done, and diminished enthusiasm when serving someone less likable, because we should be enthusiastic about serving all in humanity. And he's calling this type of behavior half kindness. So outwardly kind, but inwardly seeking some sort of revenge or payback. He says, to overcome evil, this half kindness is not enough. You need to have inner sincerity. So it needs to be coherent. The inner self needs to be coherent with the outer selves. Because in this world, in this physical body, in this reincarnation, you and I can be half kind. Society thinks we are amazing because we can train ourselves with our physical body, with our mannerisms, with the way we behave to be kind. But inwardly, we can despise the person in front of us or even think they're less than us. So that's half kindness. That's not sincere. So he says, to overcome evil, we cannot be half kind. We have to be fully kind. So he continues, Emmanuel continues, the gospel is clear in the formula it presents for extinguishing discord. To free ourselves from the sinister venom of the ancient dragon that hinder humanity's progress, we must cultivate patience in the face of its attack, seeking to forget it and do it good whenever possible. For pure good is the only force capable of disarming its unconscious claws. So what is the antidote to the venom that is hindering us? What is this venom? Selflessness, lack of forgiveness, lack of kindness, lack of empathy when we don't see in others ourselves. When we don't see the humanity in others, when we separate others from our lives. This is all evils. They are hindering progress. Selflessness is the way to go. And he says, cultivate patience. Things will happen to us, yes. People will hurt us, yes. But then we have to be patient and understanding and move on. So what else do we do? He says, let us remember that to dispel nighttime darkness, it is not enough to strike at the domain of night with clenched fists. So if you are in the dark, the sun has come down. Doesn't matter if you are rebellious against the dark, because you can't dispel nighttime with darkness. It's necessary to turn on a light or to light a lamp. So we need to have this inner light in us so we can shine it brightly and help those around us. So the exercise for this week is tolerance, cultivating patience, looking around and not thinking we're better than, looking around for opportunities of service that starts in our homes, being kind, not putting our family members and friends in positions where we are the ones who are not pleasant to be around. We should use the best. We should give our loved ones the best. And then we start at home. We expand it to the community, to the school, to the grocery store, to the workplaces, to the neighborhood. And then we'll start shining this light inside of us, even if we're just a little candle. And that candle can be a source of light in your area in these moments of planetary transition that you and I are observing, the desperation and the difficulties all around us. Dear friends, may God bless your morning today, your afternoon, or your night, depending on how you're seeing this. And may you stay well, and God willing, we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.